And welcome back to our channel, and you are watching drivenmix.ug, the home of luxury travel. And my name is Elias, and today I'm going to be taking you through this all new 2021 Volkswagen ID4 Pro. From what we've seen there, I'm going to tell you what it is all about. And if you can notice at the front, it's that it's actually, as I told you guys earlier, that this is purely an electric vehicle. What you see here, it has key elements for electric vehicles. And one of the characteristics of electric vehicles is that they don't feature what you call a front wheel. Instead, they have what you call a one panoramic front bumper. The reason as to why you didn't get a front wheel on this car, it's because that there is no what you call a hot engine to be cooled. Remember, this car is running on what you call a dual electric motor. It is using what you call electricity. It's purely electric. And it's the Volkswagen ID4 Pro, and at the front you can notice that you have what you call digital LED headlights as well as the D arrows. And what you get on this car, it's actually just a simple space in here which is left to cool down the batteries. Remember, the batteries on the chassis of the vehicle, they are actually on the chassis of the vehicle. That's why there is this wire mesh, or there is this space here to cool down the batteries. And if I wanted to show you guys how these lights light up, lock the car, then if you unlock it, there is a way how they light up. Wow, that is looking so nice. And if you follow me to the side, you can notice that on its side view of this vehicle, what you see here, it's that these are 19-inch aluminium alloys, and they bring out that concept of it being an electric vehicle, in that you have this chrome part, even this black part, in that they have tried to reduce the demarcations in a vehicle to bring out that concept. And what you see here on its sides, it's that it has this part whereby it says pure plus, which means it's a purely an electric vehicle. And this is your door, and you can tell me that how do you get inside this car? You may think that this car is using that concept of all door handles, but these are actually not normal door handles. What you see here, this is actually a cover, but then inside here there is actually what you call a button which you press. In that, when you press this button inside here, you cannot see it, but you just feel it. You press this button like this, then you open the car itself. That's how you open this car. As we ascend to the inside, you can notice that one of the things which I love about this car, the technicality and the practicality it has, it can easily be noticed on the gear pedals here, on the pedal shifters. Let me say, okay, the brake and the accelerating pedal under here. What you see here is that if you want to stop the car, like the brake pedal, on the brake pedal itself, they have indicated a pause symbol, just like the way you watch a movie, then you feel like pausing the movie. Then when you pause it, that button you press, it's what is indicated on this brake pedal. And when it's like you want to play the movie to continue, like for the movie to continue, you just need to to press the play button, and that play button is indicated on the accelerator. Wow, that is so nice and cool. And if I continue on to the inside, what you see here, this is your multifunctional steering wheel, which features active cruise control as standard features. And also what I love about it is that even on the steering wheel itself, it features what you call haptic controls, and it features what you call hidden until lit buttons. And if you can notice on this dashboard here, what you see there, you see something which is blinking on that dashboard. There is actually a light. It's actually like an ambient lighting which runs all across the whole dashboard. In that, when I push the brake pedal like this, then the car's ignition is on. Then I turn it into drive. There is how it comes to life. There is how it lights up to show you that there is something which has occurred in the vehicle. It's something like an indicator or an alert. And also, another thing about this car, it's that here on the dashboard, it features a speaker, and here on the dashboard, it has what you call a 10-inch infotainment display touchscreen, which features Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. But as my video viewers, I want to run you guys into the steps of connecting to the car's infotainment system when it supports Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Mainly, if this is your iPhone, what you need to do is just to go into settings. When you go into settings, you push down to general. Then when you go to general, you go to CarPlay. When you go to CarPlay, then you leave it here to search for the cars which are available. So what I'm going to do here on my infotainment screen, then I come here, I do this, then I start Apple CarPlay. When I do Apple CarPlay, it connects via hotspot. But since I had already connected before, what I'm going to do is just this, I'm going to just forget this car. So when I forget this car, it's going to bring in as a new car. So I'm going to just do this so that I try to pair with it. Then if it tells me that does this password match the password on Kaino's iPhone, for your safety, don't use the mobile device while driving. Then you say pair. Then you also do this yes. Then you also press the yes button. Then here you do the allow. So what it's doing, it's actually syncing key apps onto this infotainment touchscreen. So therefore, contacts have been imported. Everything has been imported to here. So this is actually this is what I'm trying to mean by Apple CarPlay, in that this is VW, then I customize. Okay, so I want to go into my, you see now someone is calling me, and I can literally now configure it by use of this Apple CarPlay. Actually, this is the importance of a feature, in that when a person calls you, you like, they're trying to reduce the focus people put on phones as they are driving, in that you can literally configure your phone from here. Wow, that is the most interesting part of all. Wow, this is so nice. Then now I go into what you call use Apple CarPlay. Now if I'm using Apple CarPlay, give it time to connect a bit. What I'm trying to show you is that how Apple CarPlay works. So you see, this is actually my display on the phone. This is my iPhone. If you guys know the iPhones, if you are iPhone lovers, you literally know this display, this software. In that I literally have WhatsApp, I have phone, I have music, I have maps, I have messages. It gives you that key information. It's going to give you that key information, like the most often used apps of a phone to here. In that, even if I want to go into my maps, I can literally use my Google Maps very well. In that, if I want to do this, for example, if I want to turn it into 2D, or even to change it like you see, even the WhatsApp message are being brought in very well, 3D. Then if I want to get directions, or even to zoom in, I can literally use that. Or even now it shows me that what you see here, it's that this car, it's showing me that right now I'm at Forest Mall in Logogo. So I can literally search, or if I find a destination, for example, I find Remember Business House, then it's going to give me what we call directions. This car gives you what you call directions. And what I loved about this is that you can even control the Siri. You can turn on Siri just like this. Last time you can even use the Siri pad. No, for example, say, "Hey Siri, call Sweetness Apple."
Calling Sweetness Apple.
Wow, you can literally control Siri by use of this car. Wow, that is so nice. So let us continue on to the other part. And also another thing is that you may think that this feature works only on iPhones, but it can literally do work on what you call Samsung phones. That feature is called Android Auto. And what you see here on this infotainment screen, it's that you can change the climate controls, the clean air. Remember, this car has the capability to ionize, to remove dust particles from the air which is being brought into the car. Wow, that is so nice. And even on this infotainment touch screen, you can have what you call, if you go into the vehicle settings, you can get what you call the battery charge levels. Remember, this is actually an EV, it's an electric vehicle. Everything here can be displayed on this infotainment touch screen. And another thing is that what you see here, you may wonder, like, where do I get the climate controls for this vehicle? Where do I get the climate controls for this vehicle? And actually, the climate controls for this vehicle, what you see here is that we no longer have dials or like something like buttons to show that these are climate controls, but what you actually get in this car, it's actually something like a bar here. It's attached bar whereby the climate controls are indicated by this blue line, then even the red line, then even the white line. So it depends on what you want. In that, if I do this, driver offline, if I go into this, if I go into that one, now it's off. So this is how you can literally configure the car's climate controls. Turn it on. And also when we talk about the sound, it's that either you can choose to increase the sound from these interactive drivers, from this multifunctional steering wheel, just like in normal cars, or on this same climatic control pad, touchpad, it's where you get the volume decrease and increase button. But everything here, it's actually touch, and everything here it's actually touch. And also, even for the hazards, you have what you call everything in this car. Actually, what I love about it, it features what you call haptic touch controls. Even for the hazards, you just need to tap this, then they are turned on. Here, if you want to turn them off, you just do this. In that everything can be easily configured when you are driving. No need to stress yourself out with buttons. Even for the menu, you can go through each. Even for the cleansing, clean air, this is called the climax, something like it features what you call this ionization system for the air conditioning. Wow, that is also nice. And also another thing, it's that in this car, what you see here, this infotainment screen, it features what you call gestures. There is what you call gestures here in that because so on this infotainment system also, it features what you call gestures. The gestures which I'm talking about is that if you see this, if you take a look at this menu, so on this menu, if you see this yellow filter here. So actually, like if I want to go into Sense Charge, like to change into these menus here, I just do this. I'm just going to do this. Then the menus are being changed. Like I'm going to different menus. Wow, that is so nice of this. Actually, that is sensor, and this sensor it's far better than what you get in a 2017 BMW 740i. Wow, that is so nice. And another thing which I want to show to you guys, it's that this car features what you call the rarest gear knob you can get in any car. Remember whereby we used to have what you call a brake pedal or even a handbrake, but all that it's gone. You literally do have what you call the parking button, even the handbrake. Let me take it to be the handbrake. Okay, in that when you press that one button, the handbrake and the parking part, the parking gear, they are literally automatically configured into the vehicle system. So you just need to press only one button to press it in park. Let me show you how it works, guys. Push the brake pedal. So when you turn on the brake pedal, what you see here, it's actually, this is your interactive driver's display. So towards its edge here on this right hand side, it's where you get this gear knob. It's not actually a lever, but it's a knob. And if you want to configure the gears, now if I want to turn the car to reverse, I just need to twist it below. Then if I turn it into reverse, then to turn it into parking, I'm going to just press this. Then the car is now in parking. Wow, that is so nice. No need to stress yourself with the stick gear with a stick handbrake like this, or even to push the gear lever into parking. Everything is automatically configured by the press of a button. Wow. And also another thing is that if you can notice in this car, it's that you have what you call a small interactive driver's display here. So you no longer have the other big one, like you don't have a big screen here in front of behind the steering wheel, but what you actually have is this small screen. And on this small screen, it shows you what you call the battery charge level or the battery percentage, and even the kilometers which that battery is going to take you to, even the mileage. Now if I turn on the car like this, what you see here is that the display changes. Mainly in this car, there are three things which are featured on, there are actually 5 things which are featured on this interactive driver's display. The gear shifting part, the unlocks, like this system here which shows that one of the doors of the car unlocked, and also the speeding part, like the speedometer here, it's actually a digital speedometer, the battery charge levels and the kilometers. Even what you see here, this is actually cruise control. And to configure this interactive driver's display, you use this. There is what you call a view to change into different views here. It's actually what you use. And also this car features what you call a voice assistant. This is actually for the voice assistant. Then this is for the increase, volume, decrease, and other related stuff. Then what you see here, this is for the active cruise control. For example, when you want to set your car to move at a steady speed, you use this. Even the driving modes, depending on what you want. And if you can take a look at this, and actually this gear shifting part, it's not part of this interactive driver's display, the screen inside, but actually in the black panel itself, like when you unlock the car, then you come in, this lights up. Remember, the reason as to why this is here, it's the gear indicators. It's that here on this gear knob, the gears are actually hidden by this steering wheel, so it is going to give you a hard time to see the gears which are shifting in. That's why they have placed this here. They have placed a digital one here just to show you, like, to make it easy for you to turn to gears just like this. Then you turn it into different gears. And also this steering wheel features what you call a rich adjustment, in that you can either choose to put it in different positions depending on what makes you comfortable. And also here, what you see here, it features what you call two big cup holders in here, as well as another space here whereby you can place there your phone or your key. But me, I think it's mainly made for the key fob, in that if you don't want it to get lost, you just place it in here. Just place it there and it's going to be steady. And what you see here, these have what you call rubber stitching, in that when you are cruising, things are not going to be moving around on the dashboard. They're not going to be shaking, so they are going to be stable in one place. And another thing is that on this center console you have this black trim, as well as on this cup holders, they are surrounded by this rectangular ambient lighting, as well as this leather part. And below this cup holders, it's like this design, if you can remember the Audi Sky Sphere or the Grand Sphere, it features this same design, but the other one, it's more logical in simple terms. But below this one, you have what you call a free space. You have a space here, in that you can place there something, in that if you don't want people to see it, you can literally store it here. And here you also get what you call a space here, as well as two USB-C charging points. You also have another space here, and if you don't want this to be viewed, you can just cover it by use of that. When you close this, it has what actually a rubber here, in that when I place here my phone, it's going to be stable, in that even if I'm cruising or driving, it's not going to fall down, no matter the driving terrain I'm driving on. And what you see here is that you see this glove box, this armrest, you can literally choose to open it like this, in that you get full access to this storage space. And actually this storage space, it's connected to this, in that when you want to use this 12 volt charging point here, you can literally configure it very well when you lift this armrest, or even to place it back. And another feature which I love about this armrest is that you can choose to extend it forward or even to push it backwards, depending on the position which you are comfortable in driving. And another thing is that on this dashboard, as you can see, that this car features what you call a 360-degree surrounding ambient lighting, in that you have this ambient lighting here on this material, which is looking very, very nice. It's actually finished in chrome below. And what you see here, the interior of this car, since this car it's meant at addressing the problem of global warming, what you see inside this car, the materials which are used to make the interior of this car, they are all recycled materials. And here you get what you call the normal glove box in a car, as well as your user manual. Remember, this is a brand new car, so in that you get what you call a user manual inside. And if you continue on, to cut the long story short, you have these lights here. You see this interior lighting, you can either configure them by use of touch, in that when you tap them like this, they are going to automatically turn off, or even to use this touchpad here, then they are going to automatically be turned on. Or even if you want to turn them off, you just do like this. And what you see here, this is actually your sun blind. And to configure it, it's something which is very easy. If you can zoom in a bit, what you see here, if you can take a closer look inside here, you have what you call two touchpads in here. You have one for the glass panel and one for the interior cover. So when I do like this, when I turn on the car and I do like this, this is going to close. And even if I want to close this interior one, I'm going to do this, then it's going to be closed. Wow, that is so nice. Even to open them, it's something which is very easy, and you can literally do open them at the same time. What you need to use is these two fingers of yours. So you just get them, then you swipe them like this, then they are all going to be open. Wow, that is so nice. It's actually giving you what you call easy access to the vehicle's functionality and practicality. Remember, as I told you guys earlier, that this vehicle gives you what you call easy functionality and practicality of the vehicle. It's giving what you call easy access to all the cars, core features. These seats, it features what you call leather seats. They are finished in this nice material. Actually, I've never seen car seats with this design here. They're actually gray and white inside, and this on this seat also you have this labeling which represents the ID4. Remember, ID, it's the flagship ID, it's the flagship electric vehicle of the Volkswagen. And these vehicles, you and on these seats also, you can literally choose to configure them by use of the controls, either to push it forward or to push it backwards or to lift it upwards or to lower it, or even for the reclining part, or even to unrecline. All those configurations, you get them in this car. And me, one of the things which I love about this car is that it features what we call a completely easy, its interior cabin, the driver's part. It's something which is very easy to configure, in that you don't have so many buttons inside here, but actually everything has been given to you. Even the infotainment screen itself, there is a way how it's carved on this dashboard, such that the driver has a clear visibility of it when he or she is driving, in that it's a little bit tilted towards the driver's side, in that if this even these buttons here, the climate controls, everything, they are all in the driver's favor. Wow, that is so nice of this car. And what you see here, this is for the wipers and other related stuff. And if you continue on to this side, the driver's side, before you go to the rear seats, what you see here is that in this car, remember, German cars were characterized by having here what you call a dial to configure the lights. But what you have in this, what you see here, it's actually a simple touchpad to help you configure the headlights and the rear lights and the air conditioning of the vehicle, the interior air conditioning. Remember, German cars were characterized by having what you call a dial here to help you to configure the lights. But actually what you get in this car, it's actually a touchpad, in that when I push this brake pedal and I do this, I turn them into automatic. If I turn this, they are now in automatic, they are all on. Now if I want to turn on the front high beam, I do this. Even the rear one, even this, everything is touch operated. Just do this, then everything is catered for you. And one of the things about this car is that here on the driver's door side, as I told you, that thing is touch operated, in that even if you want to lock the doors, you just need to do this, even to unlock them, you just need to do this. Even for the child lock part, you just need to press this, then the child lock is configured into the vehicle. And this, what you see here, this controls the side mirrors, just like just like a normal car would. And even this for the rear. And one of the things which is cool about this car is that here on the driver's door side, remember, this is considered to be the mastermind of the car. Well, like what you see in this cabin gives the car the full access to the vehicle. But actually in this car, for the rear part, it only features what you see here. It's that when you want to control the front mirrors, if I turn on the car, then if I want to control this front mirror, I just do this. But then if I want to control the rear ones, I just turn them on, then I do this. You actually have two buttons. You have two buttons which are configuring the whole vehicle. What you need to do is just to, if I push this, then now I turn on the rear control. I turn off the rear control, now I'm controlling the front ones. Wow, that is so nice. If I want to control the rear ones alone, I just do this, then I control the rear ones. Wow, that is so nice about this vehicle. Wow, in that you don't get those four buttons here, but you actually have the two buttons which are giving you easy access to the vehicle. And rear part of the vehicle, where the passengers sit, they also have this ultra luxurious comfort, in that in the rear seats they have what you call plenty of legroom, as well as knee room. And also even below the driver's seat, there is actually a light which is going to illuminate the floor for the rear passengers. And even the seats, they have this reclining position which makes them to be very comfortable. Even you have what you call a generally flat floor. If you can notice that the floor is generally flat, you have what you call a generally flat floor, in that for the fifth person who is sitting in the middle, they are going to be comfortable till when their journey takes them. And also here in the rear seat, it features what you call a simple storage space here, as well as two USB-C charging points for the rear two passengers. And also here, as we know that the fifth seat most of the times can be configured into what we call a center console, but in this car actually the fifth seat, it's actually something which is static, it doesn't move. You cannot configure this car into what you call a four-seater configuration, or what I'm trying to say in simple terms is that the rear two passengers don't get what you call the cup holders. And even for these lights, for the rear lights, they can literally be configured by touch. Wow, that is so nice. And even on these headrests, the two front headrests, they have actually a button when you want to configure them, whether to lower them or even raise them. You just do it by use of a button. And so that is all you get in the rear seats. But if you continue onto the rear side, remember we are moving from the front to the rear. So if you continue onto the rear part of the vehicle, what you see here, this is actually your charging point of this car. For its charging point, as we know that most of the electric vehicles or the hybrid vehicles, their charging points are not normally locked. You cannot lock them. But in this Volkswagen ID4, when you lock the car, even this charging point becomes locked. And when you unlock it, it also becomes unlocked. But you may tell me that how do you open this? Actually, what you need to do is something which is very easy. You just need to push it inside. Then when you push it or when you press it, then it's going to automatically open. And if you extend in here a bit, if you guys can view this very well, why are there two charging points in here? The reason as to why you have these two charging points in one, it's basically that this car features what you call two charging points. It features what you call an AC charging point and a DC charging point. In that, for a DC charging point, you use the fast charger. The DC charging point is done for the fast charger, and the AC charging point is done for the slow charger. And when you open, this is for the AC and this is for the DC. And if you can notice very well that even the charging points are different, like their configuration is different. The reason as to why this car gives you those two options for the AC charging point, then for the DC charging point, or the fast charger and the slow charger, it's mainly because that most of the people may be like, if I'm driving in town, how am I going to be able to charge my car and then it gets fully charged in just a short period of time? Remember, in those developed countries, the European countries, they have gone further to place their more charging points for the electric vehicles to address the problem of global warming. And what you see here is that if you connect it to a DC charger or the fast charger, it's going to be able to charge this car from 0% to 80% in approximately 38 minutes. And for the AC charger was placed there to use mainly at home. And to bring out it's that you can charge this car by mere connecting it in the same socket which you use to charge your phone, because it features what you call a plug which goes into those sockets. I'm going to show you the plug which I'm talking about. And to close this, push this back, even this one. And if I do this, then I show you what I was meaning. If I lock the car and I do this, I cannot configure this. This cannot open because the car is locked. It was what I was explaining to you guys. Now if I unlock the car, now this becomes also unlocked, and in here you also get what you call a light. That is what I was explaining to you guys. And also, if you can notice that on the sides, this car actually, it features what you call huge 20-inch aluminum alloys. And one thing I love about the electric cars is that they have this outstanding rims. They have the coolest rims you can get in a car. Remember, this car features this chrome part of the rim, then it features also this black detail. And remember, since this is an electric vehicle, so they are trying to reduce those spaces which you get in the normal rims of the car. Remember, this car is running on electricity, so they have tried to remove those demarcations which are meant to leave room for expansion, but they have left only 5 demarcations in here. And if you continue on to this side, it's that if you know cars very well, and if you are much interested in cars, and meaning what I'm saying is that if you are literate about cars, you can notice that the rear part of this vehicle, especially from here up to here, if you can notice this design here, it is taking the design for the 2018 Range Rover Vela. And we know that the Vela squeezes between the Sport and the Evoque. So if you cannot see this design here, it is going to take, it's taking that Vela design. And if you continue on to the video which we've seen, what it's representing is that when you are from buying something from a shop and it's very heavy, that it shows the importance of what you call a kickstart sensor, in that you don't need to lower something down, then you open that trunk, but what you need to do is just to do this, then the car automatically senses you, then it opens the door, then you place inside what you want to be placed inside. And also, cut the long story short, if you move from that part, this is actually the AC charger which I was talking about, the one which comes fully equipped in that this, what you see here, this is a plug which are going to connect in a normal charging socket in a home, and this, it's actually what is going to be used in the other car charging point, as I've showed to you guys. And connecting this to that charger, it's something which is very easy, in that what you need to do is just to push this, then you press it inside, you push it inside, and even to remove it, you just press this, then you pull it out. Wow, that is so nice. And also in here, I pull this up, I get this storage space in here with what you call my toolbox, as well as my triangular reflector in a normal car. And also the rear interior lighting, the trunk lighting, it's very nice. You feature what you call these LED lights inside here, as well as it features also the ventilation system in the rear part. I forgot to show to you guys, it's that you also get what you call a second charger in here. You get this second charger, and this is actually, this second charger you see here, this is also for the AC, and there is another one for the DC or the fast charger. There is another fast charger, and also when you buy this car, it comes fully equipped. You see this box here, it features all the charging items you need for this vehicle, whether the AC charger or the DC charger. But most of the times the DC charger, it's a public charger. On those charging points in the European countries or the developed countries, they feature those DC chargers for the public use. So using this trunk, it's something which is very easy. It's just a normal configuration you get in that you just need to press this button and everything is done for you. And what you see here is that this car, the car which we've had today, as I told you guys earlier in my video introduction, it is called the all-new 2021 Volkswagen ID4 Cross. Yes, this car, as I told you, that this is actually an electric vehicle. An electric vehicle is something which is zero emission. It's built to address the problem of what you call global warming. It's going to address the problem of global warming. Remember, cars are the one of the things that are leading to global warming, mainly because of the carbon dioxide that they release to the atmosphere due to the reaction that takes place in the engine, either from an internal or external combustion engine. But this one, it's fully running on what you call electricity. It's using what you call a dual electric motor inside. And if you are there working with NEMA, the National Environment Management Authority, or other NGOs or other government organizations that are working hand in hand to address the problem of global warming, you need to have this. You need to because the reason as to why I've done this video is because that we have not yet appreciated the concept of electric vehicles here in Uganda, mainly because of the conditions. But this, it's actually a nice car, and even if you are trying to drive it around town, it has this crazy sensor system, as I've showed you guys, the blind spot assist, in that when I was inside there, it even, when I turned it on, it showed me that there is a collision which I'm going to be making at the front, mainly because of this. So, all because of that, according to what we've seen, this is the right car for you if you're a fan of driving electric vehicles, or even you want to attract people to add just according to electric vehicles. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. You've been watching Viven Next TV, the home of luxury travel. Thank you. Bye-bye.